Hello everyone, welcome to Law Simple and Pure. I'm your host Dr. Vaishali, and in today's lecture we are going to learn very first chapter in our criminal law paper, and that is administration of justice. To administer means to provide, to deliver, and justice means doing what is right. Okay, so providing what is right is called administration of justice. Now who will do the function of administration of justice? Of course, state will do that. And what is state? State is a political entity which is capable to protect itself from external aggression and which is able to maintain internal peace and security. Whether India is a state? Yes, India is a sovereign state. India is able to protect its external boundaries. We have our military, army, navy and air force, and we have a police system and administration of justice system inside our borders, okay, to maintain internal peace and security. So yes, India is a state and India provides for administration of justice. While writing your answer, we should begin with introduction, like what is the function of state, meaning of administration of justice, necessity of administration of justice, advantages of administration of justice through law, disadvantages of administration of justice through law, and then we will conclude. So in introduction, we'll start that every sovereign state is under a duty to protect its external borders and maintain internal peace and security. So two functions are important for every state, and they are war and justice. Okay, so to wage a war against a country who is threatening you is a duty of state, and to maintain internal peace and security through administration of justice is a duty of state. So this will be there in your introduction. What is the meaning of administration of justice? It is maintenance of right within a political community by means of use of force of state. It means maintaining peace in a political community, means in a country, by using sanction. Okay, so people, they must be scared of law, and that's why people should follow the law, and if they are not following the law, there is a punishment or sanction for that, and this is a definition of administration of justice. So for administration of justice, there has to be a political entity or state. Second, it must be backed by sanction, so there should be a law, and if that law is not followed, there should be a punishment to maintain peace and order in society, and this is a meaning of administration of justice. What is the necessity of administration of justice? Human being by nature is a fighting animal. Okay, people fight. Every person wants to protect his right, but no one cares about others' right as provided by Hobbes, and that's why state should watch over these people. Peace should be maintained, otherwise people will keep fighting with each other and there will be a chaos in the society, and that's why administration of justice is needed. Otherwise it will be like a jungle raj and survival of the fittest. A person who is powerful or a person who is mighty will take all the rights in his hands and he will not take care of others' right. So the state will do it for the people who cannot protect themselves, and that is the administration of justice, and it is needed to maintain peace and order in society. Otherwise there will be chaos in society. What are the advantages of administration of justice through law? Number one, certainty. People are sure about certain things. For example, Section 300 of IPC defines murder, and Section 302 provides punishment for the murder. So it is either death or life imprisonment combined with fine, or both. Okay, so people are sure if murder is committed, punishment is either death or life imprisonment, right? So it brings certainty in the system. Second, it brings predictability. Okay, that people are sure or they can predict that this is going to happen because this crime is committed, right? Or public interest will be filed in these cases because people's rights are violated and they are poor or not in a condition to file a case. So this type of predictability is important. Third, guarantee of rights. Through the administration of justice by law, guarantee of certain rights is there in the system and people feel happy about their rights. So certainty, predictability, or guarantee of the rights is there by administration of justice through law. Okay, and wisdom of judges will be used by the coming generation. So these are the advantages of administration of justice through law. Then what are the disadvantages? Disadvantage is one, formalities. Legal procedures are formalistic. Too much importance is given to formalities. Second, it is rigid. Okay, changing a law is not a small thing. It takes the next session of the legislature to sit and make a lawmaking, and that's why this process is rigid. Next, it is technical. It is extremely technical. You have to follow all the rules, all the regulations while following the process, and sometimes it becomes really lengthy. Getting a justice becomes a dream, so it is lengthy. Formalistic, technical, rigid. So there are some advantages and there are some disadvantages. Provide disadvantages as well as disadvantage. And what is your conclusion? Man by nature is a fighting animal, and every state is under a duty to protect each and every person in a state, because these are two main functions of the state: war and internal peace and security. So administration of justice is a work of state. And how state does it? By the system of police and by the system of courts and by providing various laws. So laws are there made by the legislature, which will be implemented by the executive, and judges are there to interpret. For example, criminal law, IPC and CRPC is made by legislature. Executive is there to give effect to it. Entire police mechanism, okay, it is there to give effect to criminal law. And if it is violated or broken, judiciary is there to provide justice and interpret the criminal law. So this is administration of justice through law. That's it for the day. You can provide multiple case laws on this topic. Okay, provide any case laws in IPC or CRPC or in the constitutional law of India. So that's it for the day. Stay tuned till my next lecture. Goodbye and good luck.